Last year, Americans spent over $45 billion playing the lottery in hopes of becoming mega millionaires overnight. Each week, people line up to buy their lottery tickets, dreaming about the good life, wondering what it would be like to buy anything they wanted, to be free of their day-to-day pressures, and to have the resources to help others. But is it the good life? Does money buy you happiness? Or is it the root of all evil? Today, our feature story takes us to Cincinnati, Ohio, where we visit with Judy and William Florence. They became instant millionaires when they won the Ohio Super Lotto back in 1997. Since winning the lottery, their lifestyle has dramatically changed. Today, we'll meet Judy and William and get a first-hand explanation of how the lottery has impacted their lives and explore what it feels like when, for the first time, you find out you have become a millionaire.
And I said, Judy, wake up, wake up. She said, what? I said, wake up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. She said, what's wrong? I said, we just won the lottery. We won the lottery last night. We won the lottery. She said, you lying?
He said, Mom, every time he played everything, you know, I'm gonna win the lottery. I'm gonna win the lottery. He always said that.
It was just so wonderful. All we had to do was just, whatever house was for sale, just pick what we wanted.
When you won the lottery, I think that says, well, hey, you can do little things a little different. You know, you can do some of the things you probably have been wanting to do, but you weren't able to do.
I thought I had a lot of friends, so-called friends, but once Judy and I won the lottery, a lot of people thought we were supposed to just give them things, you know. Well, you know, if they won the lottery, it looked like to me they can just, hey, they can give me this, give me that, but you can't do that. You gotta think about yourself first.
Knowing that you could do anything you wanted to do whenever you wanted to do it, he said it was a high that he had never experienced before.
Hello, I'm Bill Keaton. If you're like most of us, you've played the lottery and you've heard about the big winners. But haven't you ever wondered what happened to these people after they won? That's what Winners the Lottery Show is all about. Each week we take a closer look at these lottery winners and see how winning has dramatically changed their lives. In fact, if you're not careful, it can change who you are. It's appropriate then that our story begins with the lives of Judy and William Florence before they won the lottery. William Florence Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia in 1955. From an early age, William learned the value of a strong work ethic from his father, who was a bricklayer. Growing up with three sisters, William did what he could to help earn money for the family, working odd jobs and also helping his father in the construction business. And as he grew older, he inherited his father's passion for classic automobiles.
When we first met him, he had this real old Cadillac, and it was about as long as his room almost, and he loved it. So I figured maybe he just, you know, really liked cars, because I think his mother and father and all of them had flashy cars and stuff like that, Cadillacs and, you know, whatnot.
Judy Denise Jameson was born in Cincinnati, Ohio in 1956. Judy had three sisters and was raised by her grandmother, Mamie. Together, they grew up working in her grandfather's funeral home business. While shy as a child, she eventually developed a love for singing and acting and dreamed of someday going to Hollywood to become a movie star, a dream that seemed within her grasp when she landed a small role in the movie Rage in Harlem. Soon, however, the dream faded, and Judy returned to work with the rest of her family in their funeral business. Family friend Charles Roberts.
I guess I would say her personality, because she's such a warm and caring person. And I've noticed that if she can be there for her sisters, her family, her mother, father, or friends, that she will be there for them.
I would say she is a short, explosive, dynamic, beautiful person. She's a very energetic person. You know, when you really get to know her, people really don't give her the credit she deserves on that, because she's really, really, really quite incredible.
In 1992, fate brought William to the Jameson Funeral Home. where he met Judy for the first time. He had come to Cincinnati to help make funeral arrangements for his aunt. William knew right away that Judy was the one for him, and soon they started dating. It wasn't long before things got serious. One day, William showed up at Judy's apartment in his pink 1974 Lincoln and told her that he was moving from Atlanta to Cincinnati permanently. As their relationship grew, Judy and William found that they both loved Las Vegas. They enjoyed the lights, the shows, the people, and playing the odds. On their first visit there, William asked Judy to marry him, and she accepted. So no one was surprised when they eventually got married in Vegas in 1994. Back in Cincinnati, they loved playing the odds as well. William bought lottery tickets every week, several times a week. He always felt that it was his destiny to win.
He said, Mom, every time he played everything, you know, I'm going to win the lottery. I'm going to win the lottery. He always said that.
Since Judy was raised by her grandmother, she had always had a very special relationship with her. So when Judy's grandfather died, Judy and William decided to move in with her.
Miss Mamie, as we all called her, Judy and her grandmother were very, very close. In fact, all the girls were very, very close to their grandmother. But Judy, I think, by being the last one and being with her grandmother in the home by herself, probably wound up being really, really the closest one.
It was about this time that William started a construction business, which he ran out of the house next door in the modest neighborhood of Walnut Hills. Judy continued to work at her family's funeral home and took care of her grandmother. All in all, life was pretty good.
We weren't rich, but we always, you know, we can go to Red Lobster, or we can go to Longhorn Steakhouse and eat a steak once in a while. Maybe go to Vegas, but we was okay. We was all right.
Like any marriage, Judy and William had their share of problems, but their lives were simple, not complicated. However, all of that was about to change. On the evening of February 19, 1997, Judy and William were on their way to see a movie when they decided to stop at a gas station to buy a lottery ticket.
And once I got inside, there was a guy. It wasn't real crowded, it wasn't real busy. And this guy was getting ready to play a notebook full of numbers. I said, "Excuse me, sir." I said, "Are you getting ready to play those numbers?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Excuse me, do you mind if I just play a couple numbers?" He said, I don't have a problem with that. That's what, you know, so he said, okay. So he slid over to the side and I played my numbers. And I told him thank you. And I walked back out to the car. Judy and I went on to the movie. And, but I tell you, if that guy hadn't let me, you know, if he hadn't let me over, if he hadn't let me, you know, had his space, I don't know. It could have been me and him because the machine picked the lottery. You know, I asked for, you know, I said, give me 3 auto lottos with the kicker. You know, I spent $3. Then I played some more numbers, you know. But I gave Judy that ticket to hold.
The next morning seemed like any other morning. Judy was still asleep when William headed down to the local White Castle restaurant to have breakfast with some of his construction crew. However, this morning would be different.
All started right in there.
1997, I understand. February 19th. Started right here, man.
You can't say
Old Jess was up here. Hey, man. Walked in here one morning and said, hey, one man hit that lottery, understand, up there on up on Hackberry and Madison Road. Yeah. I said, Hackberry and Madison Road? I said, hey, man, that's where I bought my ticket from right there. Jess said, man, go on somewhere and sit down somewhere. You ain't got no ticket. I said, I'll tell you what, let me go home. I got cold all over. I just had chills running down my spine. I got cold. I said, let me run up to the house, man, get the newspaper and see if they had the winning number. My wife was still asleep. Went home, understand? But Judy, I said, where's that ticket? She said, in my purse. I said, your purse where? Over there. I said, get your purse so I can see what the number was. The numbers lined up, man. I looked at those numbers. They all matched up. I said, thank you, Jesus. I said, I'm through contracting. I said, I'm through contracting.
William was through working construction. He and Judy had just hit the Ohio Super Lotto for $8 million. Judy couldn't believe their good fortune and woke up her grandmother with the good news.
she said, what in the world is going on? I said, Mother, I'm telling you, we won the lottery. Women, I won the lottery. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that something? And then she said, wow. And then William came in and said, Mother, we won the lottery. And she said, bless your pea-picking hearts.
Judy's cousin Vicky also remembers getting a call from Judy that morning.
Can you believe I just won the lottery for $8 million? Ah! We both started hollering and screaming. It was a grand moment. I was like, I can't believe this. I've never known anybody to be a millionaire, anybody close, you know. So I was ecstatic. I was so happy. I almost lost my breath.
The good news spread through the family, and the partying began. Everyone was surprised and excited. In fact, the only one not surprised was William.
Oscar's a real good close friend of the family, and he, I'm always imitating somebody, and he always laughs. You said you're gonna win that lottery, just like that. And I said, I told you I was gonna win that lottery. I always knew that, one day, I didn't know what day, but I knew we was gonna hit that number. I was gonna win it.
I said, I can't believe you won the lottery. You said you were gonna win that, and here you won the thing. I don't win anything. So then we started all buying tickets to no avail.
He said, Mom, every time he played everything, I'm gonna win the lottery. He did. This is way before we even thought about it. He always said, I'm gonna win that. And then when he won, I said, well, you said you were gonna win? You did it.
Judy and William had officially become millionaires. After their names were published in the newspaper, everyone wanted to know who had actually won the lottery. Was it William or was it Judy?
I just say Judy won the lottery. She always say I won the lottery, but actually I went and bought the ticket. I purchased the ticket. So.
But I gave him the $3 for it.
She gave me the $3.
I did. I gave him the $3. And
She
I said,
did.
Play this for me. But actually, he is the person that went in and purchased the ticket.
Right.
So, both of us. That's how we look at it.
But all William and Judy were concerned about was getting that check from the Ohio Lottery. 3 weeks later, it arrived in the mail.
That's the day I went down with my briefcase. Oh man, I put on my black suit, my black hat, tipped to the side, move Superfly. I went back in the 70s, man. I went down there, boy, and Lord have mercy. Me and Judy, we go down to the bank. I walk in like I own the bank, man. I walk in there with my briefcase, there ain't nothing in it, empty, so I go in there, we cash this check. So the lady say, so me and Judy used to always have a thing. She said, okay, babe, now this is your half and this is gonna be my half. I said, okay, no problem. The clerk, the bank teller, she said, well, I'll tell you what, here's the money, you all can go in the other room and count. I said, no, tell you what I want to do. Give me a money machine, cause y'all might be trying to clip me. Give me a machine. They said, well, okay, sir, we'll give you a machine, no problem. And you wouldn't believe, I have never, ever in my life had a private room, sitting back counting $100 bill just in a stack. I was just sitting back, oh Lord, my heart was racing. And I wanted a Bud Light or Remy Martin or whatever. We just did the machine, just oh Lord, whoa, what a feeling. What a feeling.
William left the bank that day with a briefcase carrying $100,000. His mind was on one thing.
I was just, I was just outdone. I never won anything before. I never won anything like that. So, first thing I just went, and I don't know, I was out of my mind. I was just crazy. And man, I said, wait a minute. I think I'm gonna go up to the Mercedes-Benz dealership and buy me a Mercedes-Benz. I'm just thinking about cars. I ain't thinking about no investments or nothing. My mind was gone. I'm talking about cars. I said, Judy, I said, look, I'm going to get me a car. Let's go up to Dana Motors. She said, car? Like that. She said, you're not going to buy a house? I said, not right now. I'm buying me a car. Like that. So it was just a great feeling.
While William was pursuing his passion with cars, Judy had her mind elsewhere. The first thing she did was pay off some $30,000 of debt she had on her credit cards. Once that was taken care of, she turned her attention to bigger things, a house she had actually seen in her dreams.
it was just so wonderful. All we had to do was just, whatever house was for sale, just pick what we wanted. And I finally came across the house that I always dreamed of. And it put me in the mind of Rock Hudson's house, the house with the swimming pool and the 2 statues of the lions on each side, and the hot tub, and just sitting out on the deck, just having Danish juice.
When we come back, William and Judy see their friends begin to turn on them.
But it was just so much negative, you know, just like, hey, William won a lottery, him and Judy won a lottery. Hey, he should do this, he should do that. He should give me this, he should give me that. But nobody owe anybody anything, you know.
Judy and William were enjoying their new life, a life that was made possible by winning the lottery, something William says he was chosen to do.
I think we won the lottery because the Lord was looking down on me. This man has been a good guy, he's been a great guy, and he always treated people nice. It's time for him to just relax. So I think the Lord, he saw it coming. I've been preaching and I've been asking him for it for years. I want to win the lottery. Please let me make it. Let me win the lottery. And he gave it to me. And he gave it to me, and I wasn't even ready for it.
No one is ready for what happens when you win the lottery.
All relatives and people call and want to borrow money, and just charities and everything. People would just call, and like just the cousins that we never see. Can I borrow some? Honestly, they really, you know, I'm sure you're not surprised, but everybody was begging. They really were.
A lot of people thought we were supposed to just give them things, you know. Well, you know, if they won a lottery, it looked like to me they can just, hey, they can give me this, give me that, but you can't do that. You got to think about yourself first. You got to think about your family.
Everyone just kept expecting more and more. Overwhelmed, they needed to get away from it all. So they started to travel. For the next 3 years, it was trips from Cincinnati to LA, Cincinnati to Jamaica, and of course, Cincinnati to Las Vegas.
They enjoy going to Vegas at least once or maybe twice a year. They just enjoy the bright lights. They enjoy going out, seeing the entertainers, and also playing a few of the slot machines.
Vegas hats, Vegas t-shirts, Vegas jackets. I believe William might have a pair of shoes and might have boots. It might have Vegas engraved on the toes, you know. They love Vegas.
Now that Judy and William had won the lottery, they always seemed to end up backstage after the shows, rubbing elbows with the celebrities. They met James Brown, Earth, Wind & Fire, The Temptations, and Jeffrey Osborne. They became friends with professional ball players and even partied with Donald Trump. It seemed everything about William and Judy's lives were changing. Soon, Judy even had her own personal shopper.
I said, I just want a full wardrobe. I want a wardrobe, shoes, I mean from top to bottom, everything. Yeah, I was just sitting back and having the clothes just bought to me, and whatever I liked, I said, I like this one, I like that one. Oh, I can wear this when I go to Vegas.
William, on the other hand, was living out his dream. buying any car he wanted, a dream that was quickly becoming an obsession.
He's had, let's see, 450 SL. Now I think it's a 550 SL. He's had a Vet. He's had a couple of motorcycles. He's had another Mercedes. He's had another Cadillac. He's got a Jag. He likes his vehicles.
William owned a GMC Boss Hog conversion truck. He bought the 1998 Corvette Indy 500 pace car. He purchased the 1500 and 1800 Goldwing motorcycles. But his pride and joy was a 1963 Silver Cloud Rolls-Royce, previously owned by actress Loretta Young. He even bought a motorhome, a 39-foot M380 sports coach, which enabled him to travel all around the United States, including several Super Bowls. He loved to tailgate. In fact, William just loved to party, and he made sure that his friends and family had the opportunity to enjoy the experience with him. Judy and William were living it up. However, after Judy's initial shopping sprees, she became more conservative. She saw how fast they were going through the money. William, on the other hand, just couldn't seem to help himself.
There was one time when William wanted to purchase a boat. And I said, well, you really don't know anything about boats, and there is a lot of upkeep and maintenance to it, and it's very expensive. So that blew over. Actually, he had ordered the boat.
A yacht.
A yacht.
Yeah.
So I think he was just so fixated on cars and any type of motor vehicle. So he started running out of vehicles to buy. The other vehicle to purchase was either a train or a bus, or well, he already had purchased the motorhome, and it was just anything on wheels. So I guess he was starting to move on to the water. He was off the land, now we're going to the water. So I nipped that in the bud.
When we come back, tragedy strikes as William suddenly finds himself fighting for his life.
I mean, just wiped it out. So I escaped death, okay?
William didn't buy the yacht, but he did continue to spend. However, some of that spending was done on family and friends.
Well, like I said, they bought me a car and, paid some of my bills for me. And when they helped, Judy's got 3 other sisters, so she gave them some money. And I think she helped with couple of my grandsons, like college. They were in college. She did that, and they gave money to the church. And I think one time they paid the gas and electric bill for the church. They bought an organ for the church and various, different organizations.
I think that William's a very sensitive person also, and I think that some people maybe along the way have probably hurt his feelings when they've changed their attitudes changed towards him since he became more successful and was lucky enough to win, the money that he did. So,
yeah, well, I had a lot of, so-called friends. I thought they was my friends, but, once, Judy and I found out we won the lottery, of course, a lot of guys, a lot of people think that you owe them something, But, my thing was, a lot of people that was kind of just on the jealousy side, all they had to do is just give me a little time to get myself together. I said, hey, this man just won the lottery, whatever the case might be. I know he wanted to buy some things for himself. You got to think of yourself first, all right? But it was just so much negativism, just like, hey, we won the lottery, him and Judy won the lottery. Hey, he should do this, he should do that. He should give me this, he should give me that. But nobody owe anybody anything,
For 3 years, William continued to spend money faster and faster. He bought his own horse and had $5,000 custom suits made from Hong Kong. He carried $10,000 with him at all times as pocket change. He traveled to exotic locations and dined and shopped in only the finest establishments. And of course, he continued to buy cars and motorcycles. It was a love affair with anything on wheels that was spinning out of control.
Prior to that, I had a bad accident with my sister's Porsche. She had a brand new Porsche. And one Christmas, I was drank one too many, and I got carried away trying to race somebody and lost control and tore her car up totally. I mean, just wiped it out. So I escaped death, okay?
The Porsche had flipped on its roof and should have killed him. But William miraculously crawled out with his life and a new perspective. It was the second time that he had escaped death. Several months before he won the lottery, he was riding a motorcycle when a drunk driver hit him head on. William was thrown from his bike some 30 feet. The drunk driver drove off, leaving William for dead. But after 3 weeks in intensive care and several months of rehab, he weathered that tragedy as well. But this time, maybe for the first time, reality began to set in.
Well, I just kept buying cars every year. And I just say, I came to my senses. Like I say, reality kicked in. I said, wait a minute. I just can't keep buying cars and I can't just keep buying toys every year because, hey, I didn't think about no tax had to be paid. I didn't think about any of those things. I was just living. I was living for the moment.
It was now 3 years since Judy and William had won the lottery, and they found themselves at an unexpected crossroad. With less money, less friends, and no income, they were devastated. After that, William realized that he couldn't keep spending money the way he had. He began to modify his lifestyle. What he didn't realize was that now people perceived him differently. First, he started back up his construction company to generate a positive cash flow. However, he was surprised when many of his old friends didn't give him any business. As they put it, they didn't want to give money to someone who didn't need it. Even some of his construction crew were treating him differently.
He was friends with a real good friend of his, and he was on a job working with him, and he decided that maybe William was getting big, a little bit too big for his britches or something, and he backed him out of the jobs and things, and it took them a while to get back on track.
Judy and William experienced the ultimate high of becoming overnight millionaires and the devastating low of losing friends and a great deal of money. But sometimes a crisis can bring people closer together, and that's what it did for Judy and William. Judy sold her share in the family funeral business and began substitute teaching. The ever-resilient William forged ahead, making new business contacts. In addition, he started a limousine service. With William's personality and strong work ethic, this new business began to take off. This gave him time to ride out the slow start in construction. Eventually, his perseverance paid off there, and his construction company began to prosper as well. And as William put it, they were back. Judy, always a loving and caring person, got back to her roots and began to do what she has done her whole life, give to others. Judy continues to work as a substitute teacher. She loves working with young children.
Jasmine. Okay, Jasmine, would you like to recite Hold Fast to Your Dreams for me?
Hold fast your dreams by Louise Driscoll.
She volunteers her time to work with a number of organizations, including the nursing home where her grandmother Mamie had moved to. And when possible, she now is starting to find time to take care of herself, walking and working out at her favorite gym. She is also actively involved in the arts. It's no more evident than in the art collection, which is displayed in her home. One of her favorite artists is Brian Joyner, who created an original painting of her likeness, complete with his signature three-dimensional frame. However, no matter how busy Judy gets, she always leaves a little time for some shopping. William, on the other hand, enjoys anything but a low-key lifestyle. When William does go out, he's still the energetic, outgoing, flamboyant guy he's always been. Although William does love the nightlife, since reality has set in, he prefers to spend more time at home with Judy and his friends in the neighborhood.
I mean, we all meet over at William's basement, and he's got it fixed up just like a local pub, you know. And we have our drinks, and we sing karaoke, and we watch sports and play pool, and we don't have to worry about leaving the neighborhood, getting into trouble or anything like that.
He is the life of the party. Once he walks in a room, you can tell William Florence is in the room because his actions, him getting things started, him making everyone laugh, he will always do that.
In fact, it seems everywhere William goes, there's a party atmosphere, even when he's just having his hair done.
This is Dorothea's shop, and she does my hair, and I've been doing it for years.
Hi.
And hey, what we gonna do with this stuff today?
Well, Bill, I think what we're gonna do today is we're gonna put you a relaxer in and some finger waves, maybe a little ponytail.
It's your world. I'm just
All
passing
right.
through.
Okay, Bill, so we're gonna take you over to the shampoo bowl, get you all shampooed up, and you know, get you underneath the dry and get you out of here.
Yeah, he's real flashy. He is. He loves, and that's the way he is. He's flashy, and I don't know, I don't know if you've seen his wardrobe, but he's into it, and I mean, he's just different. With his hair and his cowboy boots and his big hat. That's just him.
It's real colorful. It is. It's real colorful. William has a pair of boots for, I would say, every color in the rainbow. Probably every outfit that he has in his closet, he has a pair of boots for that. Judy's a little more toned down, But William, he's out there.
Judy and William seem to be truly happy. When we return, we'll ask them some of the questions we'd all like to have answered, including how has the lottery changed them? What surprised them the most? And do they still play the lottery?
I don't owe anything. I don't owe anybody anything. Judy don't owe anybody anything. So, we've been good to our friends and families, but, other people think, that we were supposed to divide the money up and give it to them. But it doesn't work that way.
In January 2004, Judy's grandmother Mamie passed away. Her death had a profound effect on how Judy answered the question, does winning the lottery really solve all your problems?
It just goes to show you that money really isn't anything if you don't have happiness and a peace of mind. Money helps, yes it does, but when you lose someone as close as I was to my grandmother, you don't think about, well, money solves all problems and makes you feel real good.
Winning the lottery has provided William and Judy with a great many unexpected events. We asked William what surprised him the most about winning.
People thought when Judy and I won this money, they thought we changed. They thought maybe we was trying to be funny, we was trying to be better than they was, but it wasn't about that. It was just that we were just so excited about our winnings, and it was just that we were just doing some of the things that we always wanted to do. But I had some friends in particular, I thought that was real close to me and loyal to me. They went the other way because they felt that I owed them something, and nobody owed anybody anything.
Having a lot of money can cause people to perceive you differently. But what about Judy and William? Since winning the lottery, how do their family and friends perceive them?
I never saw Will and Judy change as far as money. And of course, you know, him being new, them being newly married, of course, that was a concern I think a lot of people had. But he never changed. He was always William. He was always fun. He's always lived the same lifestyle. I mean, maybe now he can do a little bit more than what he did, but he's always dressed. He's always had the cars. He's always had all this enthusiasm and energy. And Judy has too. She's always been loving and caring. And that's all they've ever done, really, even since they've gotten their money, is try to make other people happy.
You won't find two people who are better liked by their friends and family members. Very easy to get along with. In William's own words, anybody doesn't like Judy doesn't like ice cream. So, and you can say the same thing about William.
They're just the same people. And Judy's always been sweet and kind to everybody, and same thing, you know, with William. Always been really nice. I don't think well, I mean, their style of living, you know, changed, but basically, they're still the same, you know, people.
I've never seen Judy in a foul mood. She's always pleasant to people. She's always soft-spoken. She's always welcomed people into her home and made them feel comfortable.
Judy and William tell us that they've learned a great deal about themselves since winning. But if they were given the chance to do it over again, what would they do differently?
I used to do a lot of things that I shouldn't have done. What I mean by that, anytime you start making purchasing major items like cars and stuff like that, you need to consult with your spouse and let them know what you're doing, him or her, because that's important. Because what you're doing, you're taking money from both parties. I'm taking money from her, she's taking money from me. So when I was buying these cars and things, I should have been telling Judy, say, hey, look, I'm thinking about buying this particular car, whatever the case might be. But I wouldn't do it because I was always wanting to surprise her. I always wanted to have something different in the garage when she came home. But that was the wrong way to approach it.
If they won again, Judy and William say they do some things differently, which begs the question, are they still playing the lottery?
You know, they say lightning strike twice. So I'm trying for the second time. But I play every day. The Pick 3, the Pick 4, Buckeye 5, the Super Lotto. Every day I play.
This was the story of a bricklayer from Atlanta, Georgia, and a funeral director from Cincinnati, Ohio, who 7 years ago saw their normal lives turned upside down. They were given the power to make their dreams possible, to live out their every fantasy. But those dreams came with a price. They made mistakes and suffered losses that were at times almost unbearable. However, these experiences have brought them closer together and given them a new perspective as they move into the next chapter of their life. So what does the future hold for them?
Well, Judy and I are thinking that, you know, we've been here for like 8 years now. My family's gone. My parents passed away. Her grandmother passed away. And although she still have a biological mother and father, but it's just that we just want to, you know, get away from the snow. We're so fascinated about Las Vegas, so we just want to get away from this cold weather and just start all over and do something different out in Las Vegas.
I'm pretty much excited about moving out to Vegas. I like to change, and I do like to play the slot machines. I like the entertainment, and I'm just interested in going to a place where I think I would feel pretty comfortable.
You get the sense that William and Judy truly are looking to start over in Las Vegas. Although losing friends and family has taken its toll on them, you just know their future will be bright if for no other reason than William's bigger-than-life personality and Judy's giving way. However, only time will tell. Oh, in case you were wondering, what do millionaire couples like Judy and William fight about? You guessed it, money. See you next time on Winners the Lottery Show. In the meantime, we thought we'd leave you with some final thoughts.
Well, if I won the lottery, I'd like to take a trip all the way around the world just to see how everything is, but I'd also want to buy me a nice small farm, maybe a new vehicle or maybe 2 vehicles.
I'd have to have a Hummer, not an H2, the crappy things. I want a big Hummer. I want to roll over everything. I want an Enzo Ferrari, and I'd still keep my little Honda Civic.
Oh, I'd have to take my 10-year-old to Toys R Us and just let him go at it with remote control cars and all those fun kinds of things.
If I won the lottery, I would travel to Barbados or the Bermudas, somewhere surrounded by water, you know, completely tropical atmosphere, drinks out of coconuts, you know, have sand burning the bottom of my feet, that type deal.
I would do something to try to make an impact on life, like go to Africa and try to help with the AIDS epidemic there, maybe build another wing to a hospital or help purchase medicines for individuals with AIDS.
Well, I've always wanted to be a race car driver, so the thought of owning my own car and driving on a racetrack, or even owning my own racetrack and being able to drive on it whenever I wanted to, that would be great.
I would take Jennifer Lopez out for at least one hot date, but we'd have to split the ticket because I don't care how much money I won, I know she's got more than me.